Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. A pleasant morning to each and everyone. I'm Baysora Bandali, currently taking a Bachelor of Science in Psychology. Today, I'll be discussing the continuation of report of Miss Abdullah. Actually, our report is all about stress management. So first, we have organizational consequences. In organizational consequences, we have subtopics. First is the job performance. Job performance studies show that in general, high levels of stress reduce performance on many tasks. However, as mentioned earlier, a collinear relationship between stress and job performance may exist in that moderate levels of stress actually improve productivity, increase energy levels, and heighten creativity. So, it might say that because of stress, nababawasan na ating productivity sa ating trabaho or sa isang task. Can you imagine, diba, kung ikaw ay stress, hindi ka nakakapag-function ng mabuti, like your body, parang ang bigat-bigat, your head is parang ang sakit-sakit. So, that the reason kung ang isang tao cannot function because of stress. However, hindi naman lahat ng tao is ganito. May mga tao kasi na kapag stress sila is lalo sila nagiging productive, lalo sila nagiging energetic. Kasi nga sometimes yung taong stress, iniisip na lang nila na tapusin ko na lang yung trabaho ko or yung task na meron ako kasi nga kapag natapos ko na to, baka hindi na ako stress. So, always remember, we have different capability, we have different bodies. So, depende sa tao paano niya i-handle yung task na meron siya. So, next is burnout. Burnout is the state of being overwhelmed by stress. It is usually experienced by highly motivated professionals faced with high work demands. Initial studies on burnout targeted people in health care field as the employees most likely to experience burnout, but over the years the definition has expanded to include other types of workers who become emotionally exhausted and no longer feel they have positive impact on other people on their job. So, naas nyo ba ang sarili nyo na nakaka-feel din ba tayo ng burnout? So, we cannot say na yes, we cannot say no, but baka sometimes nafe-feel natin na nagkakaroon tayo ng burnout. So, burnout is ito na yung sobrang pagka-stress. So, if you ask me, sino-sino nga ba yung nakakaranas nito? So, ang nakakaranas nito, especially yung mga healthcare fields, so like yung mga nagtatrabaho sa healthcare, so like yung MSSD, DSWD. So, di ba, imagine, nakikita nyo ba sa Facebook yung trabaho nila, minsan nasa field sila, minsan nasa ibang lugar sila, minsan nasa office sila, minsan meron pa silang paperworks. Imagine, hindi nila alam kung magsistay ba sila sa isang lugar kasi nga weekly, iba-iba yung na-assign na trabaho sa kanila. That's the reason nagkakaroon sila ng burnout. So, next is absenteeism and turnover. Absenteeism and turnover resulting in loss of productivity and subsequently revenues are highest during times of burnout and increased stress as employees struggle to deal with physical and emotional ailments. With this in mind, the question then becomes, in this absenteeism due to illness brought about the stress, or thus is a present mental health days in which employee miss work to take a break from stress. From a study by Hivney and Lemons 1995, it appears that the stress-illness relationship best explain absenteeism. So, because of stress, di ba, sometimes hindi na nakakaya ng katawan natin, mismong katawan na natin yung na breakdown na parang sinasabi kailangan mo nang magpahinga. So, because of nasa stress tayo, nagkakasakit tayo. So, kapag nagkakasakit tayo, nakaka-absent tayo sa trabaho, or even sa school. Di ba, kapag pagod na pagod tayo, ang daming task, nakaka-absent tayo sa school. So, it may lead sa pagiging, pagod yung tao, kapag stress ang tao, nakakapag-absent siya. So, next is Drug and alcohol abuse. Unfortunately, as levels rise and anger increases, often so does the abuse of drugs and alcohol. Most incidents of domestic and other types of violence occur after an individual has been drinking or using drugs. This does not excuse the violator's behavior, but it does indicate the relationship of drugs and alcohol to anger and rage. So, because of stress, may mga tao na want to take a drug or alcohol kasi nga kapag daw nagtitake ka ng alcohol or drugs kapag stress ka is nakaka-relax yung yung katawan natin or yung mind natin, but we do not know because of drugs, because of alcohol, sometimes hindi natin alam, nagiging agresibo na tayo like may sinisigawan ka na tao, may nasasaktan ka na, kasi nga stress ka, hindi mo na nakokontrol yung mga bagay-bagay. So, it's very important na kapag stress ka, kailangan mong controlling yung sarili mo na makipag-communicate sa kasama mo na mainahon. Kasi nga, baka nasisigawan mo na sila because of your situation. So, next is healthcare costs. One other organizational as well as personal consequence of stress is an increase in health insurance premiums. Because of the high use of medical facilities and option by others suffering from illness caused by stress, organization that one of time pay the full cost for health insurance benefits are passing the increases on the employees. This additional financial burden to some employees can be a new source of stress. The answer is to reduce the number of ailments causing stress, thereby decreasing the need to seek medical attention. So, di ba, a while ago, I mentioned because of stress, nagkakasakit ang tao. Then, mas lalo pa silang nasa stress because of medical facilities. Kasi nga, today's generation, lahat is nagbago. Parang, lahat ng bilihin, lahat ng gastusin, lahat ng medical expenses is ang mamahal. Kahit yung gamot, kahit magpa-check up ka lang, ang gamot. So, di ba kapag nagkakasakit tayo, kinakailangan natin bumili ng mga gamot. Even that is tumadagdag na rin sa stress natin. So, it is very important na maging healthy tayo or maging balance sa lahat ng bagay para hindi natin ma-feel itong healthcare costs. So, next is managing stress. Managing stress or better yet, changing your behavior to healthfully respond to stress should occur before, during, and after stress. Managing stress before it happens means incorporating daily practices, example exercise, that will prepare your mind and body to handle the effects of stress. During stress, you should continue with your stress management techniques such as reducing caffeine as well as incorporates some others. Finally, after the stress or it is eliminated, continue to proactively manage your stress. In addition, there are some other things you should consider. Let's examine some techniques or before, during, after stress. So it mentioned in managing stress, you should change your behavior in what way. Sometimes kasi if you are stressed, we do not know what will you do, di ba? Kasi nga kapag stress ka, parang ang bigat ng katawan mo, hindi mo alam anong gagawin. So, it might help muna na i-relax muna natin yung ating katawan. So, do an exercise sometimes, and it might help to reduce drinking coffee kasi nga 'di ba yung coffee is may caffeine. So ang caffeine is parang nakakapagdagdag siya ng bigat ng ulo. So mas mabuting mag-reduce muna tayo. So always remember, ang pagiging healthy is kayamanan. So being healthy is a wealth. So be healthy and unwind sometimes para ma-manage natin na magkaroon ng stress. So planning for stress. Some of techniques that are suggested to proactively reduce stress should always be considered during times you are actually engaged in stress. These are discussed in the following section. So first is exercise. Exercising not only keeps your heart strong and resistant to the effects of stress, but can also help reduce your stress level during particular stressful moments. It is a good idea to incorporate some kind of exercise program into your life at least 3 or 4 times a week for 20 minutes. You can reap great benefits from walking, swimming, running, playing sports, or climbing stairs because this strengthens your cardiovascular system, thereby making you have resistance to the effects of stress. So, it is very important to us to do exercise at least 3 or 4 times in a week. Kahit 20 minutes lang. So, di ba, in our elementary, sinasabi na kailangan natin mag-exercise. Sabi dito, kahit in one day, kailangan natin mag-walk, mag-jog, kasi nga, nakakatulong sa ating katawan. Yes, exercise keep our heart strong. However, exercise help you to think kung ikaw ay stress. Kasi nga, for example, nag-exercise ka yung araw, nabuboost yung mga bacteria or ano man dyan sa katawan yung toxic. So, in what way, after you finishing doing an exercise, parang ang fresh ng katawan mo, ang gaan ng ulo mo. So, baka that time, pwede ka nang mag-isip. So, it is important to do an exercise every day. So, next is laughter. Humor has been shown to buffer stress in general ways. First, it can help you to put a new perspective on a stressful situation. You have probably heard many jokes about that, many of which are told by police officers, doctors, and mortician. The purpose of such joke is not to hurt feelings or show callousness, but to better deal with an uncomfortable topic that we all must have sooner or later. Second, when you are upset and what seemed to be difficult situation, going to fan movie, listening to the comedian, or watching a funny television show can help distance you from the situation until you have calmed down enough to begin thinking rationally again. So, minsan, kailangan din natin makipagsalamuha sa iba or makipagsalamuha sa those people na pwedeng makahelp sa'yo na para maging happy. Like, if you are upset or stressed, you need to hang out or watch comedy or listening to the comedian kasi nga, it might help to you. Kasi nga, after finishing that, doing that is parang makakalm mo yung sarili mo, then baka doon na yung time na pwede mo nang maisip kung ano ba ang pwede mong gawin. So next is diet. Foods that have been shown to counteract the effects of stress include fresh food, fruits and vegetable, whole grains, and non-fat yogurt, which contains the vitamin B considered to be lows during high stress periods of time. Drinking water helps keep your body hydrated and able to cope with daily stressors. Maybe all the running to the bathroom is an added bonus to reducing stress and keep you fit. So, it is much important to us na maging healthy kasi nga, a while ago, I mentioned, being healthy is a wealth. So, pansinin nyo, may mga taong if they are stressed, parang eat sila ng eat. Kasi nga, meron tayong stress eating, pero hindi yun nakakabuti sa atin. So, always remember, kapag you are stressed, kailangan mong maging moderate sa lahat. You need to eat a healthy foods. You need to eat a fruits, a vegetables, kasi nga, ang mga fruits or vegetables, it contain a vitamin B. So, also, don't forget to drink plenty of waters. Stay hydrated kasi nga, kapag stress tayo, sabi nila, yung utak natin is, di ba, ang utak natin is merong water na, if hindi ako nagkakamali, is 80%. So, kapag stress na tayo, is parang tuyong-tuyo yung utak natin. So, kailangan natin uminom ng water para hindi tayo dehydrate. So, yung utak natin is healthy rin. So, that's it. Next is smoking reduction. Though many smokers say smoking decreases their feelings or stress, research indicates that smoking increases the physiological characteristic associated with stress. There is an important finding because research also indicates that smokers increase their smoking when they feel stressed. Thus, smoking and stress become a virtuous cycle in which people smoke because they are stressed and then become more stressed because they smoke. So, kung ikaw ay naninigarilyo, it must help you to reduce muna kasi nga nasabi dito kapag ikaw ay smoker, then stress ka pa, lalong nakakadagdag ang paninigarilyo sa pagiging stress mo. So, it might help or nakaka-help talaga na wag ka na lang magsigarilyo or i-reduce mo na lang. Kasi nga, ikaw din yung mahihirapan. Nasisira na nga yung immune system mo, pati yung utak mo. So, it might help to you na reduce mo muna or pwede mag-stop ka na lang. So, sleep. There is no one study that say absolutely just how much individual need to sleep. What studies show is that sleep deprivation or lack of sleep can cause negative behavior such as irritability, fatigue, lack of concentration, and even depression. Alcohol can severely affect your sleep, although it may seem that it helps you to go sleep. Studies show that the sleep of people who have as little or as 2 drinks before bed is interrupted several times at night. In addition, stay away from caffeine at least 6 hours before going to bed. So, as an employee, student, or kung sino ka man, it is very much important to have enough sleep para makapag-function ka ng mabuti sa trabaho mong or sa school. Kasi, kung kulang ka sa tulog, it may lead to irritability or fatigue or lack of concentration. Adding to that, don't drink alcohol or caffeine kasi nga nakaka-apekto yun sa ating tulog. So, sabi 'di ba na matulog ka ng 8 hours every day kasi nga kapag na-complete mo yun, yung body mo, yung utak mo is good. So, it is very important to us na matulog ng tamang oras kahit bata man or matanda. So, next is support network. Studies show that the people who have someone to talk, such as a family member or a friend, are better able to manage their stress. You may have already experienced this. When you feel you are not doing well in class, do you talk to someone about your feelings? Do you feel better afterward? Sometimes talking to someone we trust help put things in perspective. So if you don't have good support system, seek one out. This may mean joining certain college group where you can meet people, attend campus lecture where meeting friends is possible. And for extreme situation, familiarize yourself with the type of professional help that is available on or off campus that give you the support you need during stressful times. So, to manage your stress, it is very much important to socialize sometimes sa friends mo, sa family mo, kasi nga nakakabawas daw siya ng stress. So, kasi nga, talking to someone, parang nalalagay ka sa, or we put trust to someone. So di ba kapag nga nagkaka-interact ka sa isang tao, parang ang gaan ng loob mo. So that's the reason na parang in that way, may makakausap ka lang na someone na gumagaan yung pakiramdam mo. So it is very much important if you are lonely, you are stressed, kausapin mo ang pamilya mo or friends mo. I suggest that mas mabuting kumausap ka ng stranger kasi nga no judgment. Kapag stress ka, mas mabuting kumausap ka ng stranger kasi nga I experienced this situation na feel kong na stress, then I talk to someone, a stranger, kasi nga nasabi ko na they have no judgment sa situation na yun. So It is important every day na magkaroon tayo ng interaction to our family, friends, para naman mabawas-bawasan ating stress. So next is empower empowerment. Individuals can also empower themselves in their personal lives instead of playing the victim who believes that life has singled him or her out to play dirty tricks on. Individuals must learn to find ways to gain control over the situation they can control. This means taking an active role in finding out why something didn't turn out the way it wanted and making changes to prevent the event from occurring again. So, any individual or even you or someone or kung sino man dyan is can empower themselves. Sometimes, we do not need others nor we need ourselves. Kasi nga 'di ba, sometimes parang lahat na lang parang kailangan ko siya. But it's not, hindi siya helpful pala. Ang kailangan mo lang pala yung sarili mo. So, don't play victim instead. Find ways and be responsible in any consequences. So, if you are stressed, sometimes, di ba, ay, kailangan ko si Kuan kasi makahelp siya. Don't. Baka sarili mo lang ang makakatulong sa'yo. Kasi nga dito sabi, every one of us can empower themselves. So, always remember, be kind to yourself. So, next is coping skills. Improving your coping skills often means learning how to deal with conflict. It also means learning how to accept what you cannot change. I often tell workers who participate in stress management classes that they can't change the fact that their organization are drowsizing or that restructuring is the trend for today's companies. So, the question to yourself, how can I cope? Or the question is how you cope your difficulties in lives. Kasi nga, sometimes kasi, dapat we know how to deal to our difficulties. Hindi yung parang, paano kaya to? So, dapat, kinakailangan maging flexible tayo. Like, kapag may paparating na problema, iisipin na natin agad-agad, paano ko to masasolve? Parang, paano ko siya i-cope up? Paano ko siya malalampasan? So, don't stress yourself in thinking kung sino ba ganito. Dapat, isipin mo yung kung paano mo siya malalampasan. So, be kind to yourself talaga na, how can I handle this problem? How can I solve this? Diba? Sabi doon nila, kailangan mong i-accept kung ano ang meron. So, acceptance is a key. Don't be cruel to yourself. Diba? Kailangan mong i-accept na, ganito pala. So, mas mabuting na in any way na paparating or any stress or any problema, kaya mong malampasan. So, last but not the least is the stress reduction intervention related to life or work issues. As shown in the table 15.6, due to the combination of the increasing number of dual income and single parent families, a tight job market, and the trend toward longer work days, many organizations have made efforts to ensure that their employees maintain a balance between a work and private life. Such efforts are important as the research suggested that employees with work families conflicts are several times more likely to suffer from mood anxiety and substance abuse disorder than our employees without such conflicts. So today, parang ang daming-daming changes, ang daming-daming pagbabago, ang daming-daming naging problema. And today, parang separation ng magulang is nagiging normalized na lang. So, sa single parents is nagwo-work na lang sila as a single parent. So, one of the organization na sabi dito, ensure yung private life and yung work nila can be maintained or nagiging balance na lang, na like yung private life ng isang employee or yung work niya is walang magiging problema. Parang binigyan siya ng or nag-pledge yung isang organization na magiging balance ang dalawang both na bagay, like yung private life and yung work nila. So, that's it. I hope you understand my topic. I hope na may naintindihan kayo. So, thank you for listening. So, bye!